Oh my God. He's trapped. You've trapped him.
Scientists have trapped the soul of a dead man in a cage of atomic magnetism. They wanted to investigate the existence of God, but had the misfortune to find something worse than demons. Dr. Julie has been aware of the hospital's tendency to move critically ill patients. She followed the ambulance to find out why. When she entered a warehouse, she was confronted with a secret experimental base. A female leader at the head told her that the patients were donated voluntarily by their families. This alloy box creates a magnetic web of atoms. If the human soul is a magnetic field, they can capture it in a cage and learn whether there is a God in heaven. According to the diagnosis, Pops won't be well enough to survive the night. The scientific team turned on the instruments and prepared for the arrival of death. Not long after, Pop's heart stopped beating because of a recurrence of the disease. Julie suddenly sees that Pop's spirit actually appears in the room.
What happened?
But the strange thing is that only she can see the scene.
You don't see it? No, what does that say?
There's nothing there. Well,
The old man's soul seemed very painful. He found himself trapped and looked for a way out, and his mouth uttered a silent roar, as if he were afraid of something. Julie asks the scientists to stop the experiment immediately, but no one believes what she is seeing. When the instruments finally respond, according to magnetic fluctuations, there is another unknown magnetic field outside the cage trying to break through. The scientists thought it was the God they were expecting, but only Julie knew that this unknown thing was what Pops had always feared. Watching him tremble and hide in the corner, Julie ran up to turn off the power, because she thought whatever it wasn't what they were expecting. As the power system turned off, a white light flashed above the Don's head, and he greeted it with a smile and open arms before disappearing from the cage for good. As the power system returned to normal, scientists discovered that the foreign magnetic field was trapped in a cage, and through the glass, Julie saw a terrible sight. Scientists can't see what's going on inside, but they can vaguely feel the horror around them. The female leader ordered to open the cage, and she couldn't wait to know what was trapped in the cage, while Julie showed a frightened expression.
tell me, is there anything in there?
When she thought about how many more innocent patients would be killed by this experimental base, she answered decisively.
No, there's nothing in there. Go ahead, open it.